Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. My name is Forever King 116, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Smallville episode Booster. Um, I can tell you I really like this episode. It it had everything in it, everything that I expected it to be. Um, it wasn't a great episode, but it was good. It was good enough. It was above average to me. I'm gonna tell you the things I didn't like and the things I did like. Number one, tell you the truth, people, I'm not a big fan of Booster Gold. I do not really like Booster Gold as a hero. He's annoying. He's annoying. I hate him so much. When the actor that played Booster Gold was in Smallville, and he played Booster Gold, and he was just talking, I was like, that is exactly the same way I feel about the Booster Gold that be on, Justice League talking. He's just so annoying. He made me want to punch him right in the face. Like he always smiling and so arrogant. He just made me want to, trip him or something. But yeah, this episode was good. It wasn't great. There was a couple of things that I didn't like. The Blue Beetle thing. I liked the outfit. The outfit was great. It's just the kid that played him. He didn't fit right with it. Not him playing a geek or anything, but he just like to me just didn't feel like he fit in the Smallville, like the Blue Beetle thing and him. It just to me it didn't fit. I don't know. It just did to me. It just didn't. But another thing that kind of bothered me was like Clark, like he been to the future. He know he gotta act like this and that. You been to the future. Why you wasting everybody's time with that bullshit? Like he's sitting there pretending like he don't know that he has to act like a geek for everybody to look down on Clark Kent, to look up at Superman. Like get your eyes together. And on top, and another thing, like I didn't feel like Booster Gold had to tell Clark that he had to come up with a better name, because Clark should have put two and two together and came out with four already. Like you wear a fucking S on your chest. Come out with something that's with the S. Like you don't have a B on your chest. You're not. The blur sounds whack. I said this before in other reviews. I was like, man, why they keep calling him the blur? Call him, I'm glad they even call him the Man of Steel now. Like I'm glad that they call him the Man of Steel, and they put the poster up. I'm so happy about that. But he couldn't put two and two together by himself. I'm tired of people giving hints to him on what he should call himself when he should already know what to call himself. You know. And one more other thing that kind of bothered me was Clark is at the end of the Smallville episode. He kind of complains about how people would think of Lois for dating this geek that they call Clark Kent. And I was like, you've been to the future. You know y'all together. So why the fuck are you complaining? What do you have to complain about? You can burn holes through cars. You got heat vision. You can fly. You can't fly yet, but we'll get there. You eventually fly. You can lift stuff. You can, come on, man. Why are you complaining? And then he got jealous of Booster Gold. I'm like, listen, how could you be jealous of Booster Shot? Like, I wouldn't be jealous of him. Like, he's whack. Every time I look at that man, he make me want to punch him in his face. And then, like, just seeing Booster Gold was just so annoying. Even though the actor played him to a T and he was great acting it, he just annoyed me so much. And that's how I knew like it was good, because even in Booster Gold and Justice League annoyed me. Another thing I was upset about is that they didn't even show Skeets. Like, where the fuck was Skeets? What happened to him? What happened to Skeets? He used the Bluetooth headset? That didn't make sense to me. Like, you couldn't have came up with some graphic, animation of Skeets floating around somewhere, and they, like you couldn't do that. I would have thought that would have been so easy to make, to put Skeets together and him floating around and flying around and shit. Like have like a flying, like I would have thought they'd have made that instead of him going to that damn Bluetooth headset, and it was just annoying. Just like I was like, wow, they could have did a better job with that. But anyways, in this episode, Lois, I'm getting more proud of Lois every day because she sees something in Clark that Clark doesn't even see in himself. And I start to notice that a lot. Like she's like the actor that plays Lois, like, and I see where they're going with Lois's character. I wasn't too happy about her knowing, about the heroes and stuff and knowing them personally, and I wasn't too happy about her being in Watchtower and all that shit. But I'm kind of glad that they put that in there because like more and more she sees more in the heroes than they actually see in themselves. So I'm kind of happy that they making her character, notice stuff deeper than the actual heroes like Clark and Green Arrow and Flash and all of them. Yeah, like I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. So she tries to bring out Clark's inner geek, and Clark, he's just, he's getting fed up. He don't want to wear the jacket. He don't want to wear the glasses. He hate wearing it. He like a little whiny baby. The whole time I was like, stop bitching. Like, what are you complaining about? God, stop fucking bitching, Clark. Wake the fuck up, yo. Get up. Get your ass off your shoulders and be the man you're supposed to be, man. You've been to the future, right? You've seen that shit already. Don't even act like it's something new to you. So Lois is trying to trying to mold him into this geek. And here comes Booster Gold, sweeps right in and saves this kid that gets about to get ran over by this Jeep. So Booster Gold comes in, saves the kid. Everybody meets Booster Gold. Now at this part, I'm like, oh, there goes the character Booster Gold. Let's see if he annoys me. So I was sitting there waiting for this nigga to annoy me, and it's like the second he started talking and smiling, made me want to put one of these down his suck hole. Just let him have it, cause his smile got me annoyed. His smile off the back got me annoyed. So I'm like, they did a good job because he annoyed me just like the other one in Justice League annoys me. So I was like, Booster Gold, I hate that guy. He's over there telling everybody that he's Booster Gold, and he's the greatest thing to Metropolis, and I'm like, oh God, you are so annoying. And then he runs into Clark and he tells Clark that he said nice glasses. Clark at this point should have tripped him. I'd have tripped him. If I was there, I'd have tripped the shit out of him. And he would have fell in front of all the cameras and everybody would have took pictures of him. That's exactly what I did. I'd have been hating. Cause I'm tired of this nigga. He all smiling in my face with his big gold glasses, getting on my nerves. God, I hate that guy. But yeah, I'd have tripped him. Clark should have tripped his ass. And then what does Booster Gold do in front of Clark's face? That's right, people. He flies. He flies in a gust of gold glitter. He just started flying. I was like, Clark, he just disrespected you. Did you figure that he just disrespected you like that? He just did that in front of you, in your face. Now you're gonna take that and just accept it. Like, he just flew all in your face. How you allow that shit? And all you can do is run. So So Clark, he gets pissed. He goes down to talk to Lois. And Lois is like, get over it. Like, she basically saying, she's saying so many words, but she's saying just get over that shit. Like, stop bitching. Like, he ain't the hero you could be, nigga. Like, you're better than him. Get over it. So, Lois is still trying to, still make this Clark Kent geek thing. So she bumps him into another guy. The other guy is telling all, I'm like, you need to start looking down on Clark now, because it's like you get annoyed with him bitching about Booster Gold. Fuck the Booster Gold. I'm tired of Booster Shot. I'm tired of that nigga, man. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of, yeah. I was just tired of Booster Shot the whole episode. That's what made it so good, yo. I was like, oh man, I hate that guy. And then like they got downstairs in the Daily Planet, and who's there? Booster Shot. He just sitting there with his legs up, talking about it doesn't matter which side, they both good sides. You can take pictures of both sides because they both good sides of me. I'm like, oh man, somebody knock his ass out that chair. Like, just push that nigga right out the chair, man. I'm tired of that shit. So, Booster Gold is trying to get Lois's attention because whoever the hero that Lois does a review on is going to be the man that gets the key to the city, which, in general will be the hero that everybody looks up to. And since Booster Gold is from the future, he knows all this because Skeets is telling him in his ear, listen, you know, this is what's going to happen. The person that gets the key to the city gets the hearts of all the people in Metropolis. That's the point of history, that Clark gets the key and he becomes the hero that everybody needs. So Booster Gold is trying his best to be the best hero he can be, due to the fact that he was a low life in the future. So he steals the suit, he steals the ring, he steals Skeets, and he goes to the future and he's trying to change it. And Clark is getting more and more annoyed with the whole Booster Gold thing. Just like I get annoyed by seeing him. He's trying to be everywhere. He even has a phone number, 1-800-BOOSTER. I was just like, oh man, Booster. I was like, man, listen. I, I would call Booster Gold every day just to say how much I hate him. But yeah, I don't know. It's something about Booster Gold that just annoys me. I don't know. I think it's because he's so arrogant, and all he cares about is money. You don't want to save people if it doesn't involve him getting some kind of endorsement. Like, he could be a hero, a good hero. He's just annoying, and he's just so self-centered. I hate that. So at this part, Booster Gold trying to figure out how he can get Lois to, get give him an interview, an exclusive, and how he can get the key to the city. So Lois is basically saying, yo, listen, this is the Blur's jurisdiction. You need to get the fuck out of here. Like, you're already annoying me. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care about none of your shit. I don't care. And what's a Booster Gold? Who came up with your name? Like, that's how Lois is feeling. Like, get the fuck out of here, Booster, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. So Booster's like, this is not gonna work. Lois is not gonna give me the exclusive I need. So I need to go and find a different way. Which he does. These guys are looking for this scarab that this kid, he got Blue Beetle, basically. The kid that's playing Blue Beetle, he gets the scarab in his book bag. And the book bag, I guess the beetle eats through the book bag Which I didn't like that whole scene where he runs into the alley and then the beetle eats out through the back and the kid is feeling it on his back. I don't understand that. And then the fucking beetle crawls up and fucking, fuses himself with the kid, and I'm like, oh, that's how he turns into it, but they could have came up with a better way, to tell you the truth. They really could have a better way for him to, like, for that scene. He could have went home and got up and, sat on his bed and the damn beetle came out of the bag. They could have came out with a bunch of scenarios. But they came out with that just to... I felt like they kind of rushed that part. I kind of felt like they rushed a lot of the Blue Beetle parts. But it's whatever. So Booster Gold tells the guys that are looking for the Scarab, listen, I'll help you with whatever you need. Or as long as I know you got some ties with the mayor, and you could probably get me the key to the city. So he was like, yeah, I could do that. And that's all you asking for is just the key to the city? He's like, yeah, that's all I want, da-da-da. So Booster Gold, he goes back to trying to, set up the stage and get his girls. And Cat Grant is so annoying. My God. The way she was badgering the Blur made me so mad. I was like, you want to put the city hero as Booster Gold? Like, Booster Gold? This is the person you want to protect your city. I was like, I'd rather have the Green Lantern. Not the Green Lantern. I'd rather have Green Arrow protect the city by himself than fucking Booster Gold, man. For real. And she was putting down the Blur. Oh, we need a hero that's gonna... You can see his face, and I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what you want. First you don't even like the Blur, and then you like the Blur, and then now you don't even like him again, and then you want to get Booster Shot a chance to go save the city. I'm like, fuck out of here. Fuck Booster Shot, man. I was like, oh, hey. And then you try to get Lois's promotion. Oh man, you just need to go somewhere. Somebody need to go put a bullet in her head, son. I'm tired of seeing this girl now. Like, she always doing something to, like, annoy somebody, too. Like, her and Booster Gold deserve to be together. So, now the kid is trying to tell Booster Gold, listen, this Scarab, something bad happened to me. I don't know what happened. And Booster Gold is blowing him off. Like usual, this is why I hate Booster Gold. He doesn't pay attention. So he blows off the kid. The kid goes in the back trying to figure out what he can do to, like, he don't know what's going on with him, what's making him change. So the kid, he goes in the back and then the Beetle starts to take over and transform into Blue Beetle. At this point I start to like the costume. I see the costume, like, they did a good job with that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like the way, how strong it was and all that. So Booster Gold calls Clark and tells Clark, listen, I like what you did with the sign, the Man of Steel. He got the whole symbol and shit. So Booster Gold is like, yeah, I like it, I see Lois is not going to give me the photo op I'm looking for. So Clark is trying to be demanding. He's like, listen, we need to go and look for the Scarab because, it's dangerous. So Booster Gold don't even hear that shit. He just basically, his own ego is just blowing his brain up. And, Booster Gold is like, okay, I'm Danger. My name is Danger. My name is Booster Gold and all that. I'm like, oh man, somebody knock him off his fucking tricycle. There's something wrong with this man. So Booster Gold and Clark. So Clark is basically pissed now because he's like, listen, this nigga's annoying. We need to meet now. So he fucking super speeds instead of flying. Because, Booster Gold could have flew to him. But anyways, I'm not going to get mad about that. Because we got the 21 and 22 episode that the 2-hour episode where he's going to be doing all that shit. So I'm not going to even bash Clark about not flying. Because I'm telling you, the 2-hour episode, episode 21 and 22 that they merged. Listen, I'm not gonna even get mad about that, but I'm not gonna even get mad because I know they're gonna show all that crap in there, and it better be good, people. It better be good. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit about how he don't fly until like the very end, like the very very end, like the end of the episode and like the last minute end, like where he saves everybody and he does everything he has to do, and then he as he leaves to go do something else, he flies. That would piss me off so much. But anyway, back to Booster. So Clark is telling him, listen, we need to do this, and then Booster goes. All he cares about is endorsements. All he talk about is you don't got the cojones. They said this at this point in history, whoever gets the key to the city is the man of steel or the man of gold. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Booster Gold. Just are you listening to yourself? Do you listen to yourself when you say these things? And then Clark is sitting there like, listen, I don't deny that you're a hero. But a hero, he don't fucking do this. He don't fucking run around like an idiot. A hero inspires people and all this and that and third. And I'm like, that's right, Clark. You tell that little idiot the hell he has to do to become a hero. He can't walk. He can't even stand in your cape, man. He can't even stand in your red and blue cape, man. And another thing, I started to seeing some of these previews and trailers. When they showed the outfit, they went back to original Superman. I like that they have the yellow S on the back. I even seen that in I went back and I watched Homecoming, and I seen that if you kind of slow down the image of Superman flying past the window where Clark is standing, you can see that they put the yellow S on the back. Just like they showed with a couple of the images where like they got the cape flapping and they got the yellow S. I was like, they went back to original Superman. I like that. I really like that. Nobody, I don't know if anybody noticed that, but they went back to original Superman with the yellow S and everything. I like that. That was good. So Booster Gold is like, listen, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, Clark. This is your time to show me up. If you're not gonna do it, fine. I'll be the man of gold for the city. So Clark is like, oh, I don't know what to do, type shit. And then fucking Booster go back inside and starts his whole, trying to acceptance speech, and then Blue Beetle comes out and kicks his ass basically, and everybody's running out. And this is the part that made it so Superman that I loved. Like, this part made me smile through the whole time. It made me smile like I cheesed the whole time through that whole scene. Clark came up, the glasses and everything, and he like, yeah, you guys know, like, Clark came and he was like, he seen the telephone booth and he ran to it. I was like, this is Superman right here. This is the fucking Man of Steel that we all want. And then when he took the glass up, took the tie, and you seen the turnaround, he got the suit over he got the suit that zipped up the S. I'm like, we there. We almost there. So he saves Cat Grant, which I wouldn't have saved her ass. She got on my nerves. And she kind of, with her eyes open, seeing the Blur from behind. So she knew it was the Blur, saved her, blah, blah, blah. And then, Booster Gold sits there and he getting beat up by Blue Beetle. I don't like that part. I don't like the whole fighting part that Booster Gold and Blue Beetle had. Because it seemed too easy that Blue Beetle can knock Booster Gold around and get the upper hand on him. If Booster Gold would have took his hand from his neck and shot something from his hand and knocked him back again, I bet you that shit would. I bet you he would have stopped then. But he's sitting there talking to a kid and stole the lines from Clark, and I was like, you thief. So, the kid gets control of the Scarab, and then kid hugs Booster Gold, and good, and then they have this whole emotional moment. Clark is all proud of Booster Gold, and then they're talking up there. They talking about how he telling everybody. He's basically telling Clark he came from the future, but he's no hero. He stole the suit. He stole Skeets, which I'm mad that they didn't show Skeets, but whatever. And he explains, and then Clark is like, "Listen, they weren't your words, but you're still a hero." And then Clark is basically saying you should still stay because this kid, he needs somebody to watch over him. So Clark is like, so Booster goes like, okay, I'll watch. I'll stay. And then Booster Gold basically tells Clark, listen, the Blur sounds like a fucking roller coaster name, which he disrespected Clark right there. And then tells Clark, you need something to go with that S that be on your chest. Like, 2 and 2, Clark couldn't put 2 and 2 together by himself. He couldn't put 2 and 2 together, came out with 4. And realize that, listen, I got an S on my chest and they calling me the Blur. But anyways, this episode was good. I liked it. I just didn't like some of the parts with Blue Beetle. I loved the suit. I didn't like the way they brought Blue Beetle into it. I didn't like the fight between him and Booster Gold, but I liked a lot of the action in it. I didn't really like the kid. He didn't really fit in with the Blue Beetle thing, but, just another episode here and gone. I'm looking more forward to the future episodes and the 2 hour finale. So, I'll see you guys then. Peace.